You are now entering the MxU podcast. No credentials required.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 59 of our podcast and a massive announcement. And we're live on video. This is the first.
I mean, this is crazy. Like,
I mean, you could see me for one. You've been wondering what that sexy voice looks like this whole time. Here it is.
yeah, I like that extra flair.
Thanks.
Yeah. So this is a special day. We're on video for the first time for a full episode of the podcast, but it's not just any podcast episode.
That's true.
This is a big announcement. So
We're announcing we're the new DC Talk.
yes.
2 honks and a brownie.
Oh, gosh. Toby Maccabee, so proud.
Yeah. Michael Tate, I'm worried about.
Well, that'd be your responsibility.
Amen.
So let's talk for a minute about what this is about. Like, because
Okay.
I know a lot of people saw a lot of yellow squares over the weekend.
They did see a lot of yellow squares.
In fact, Jay, you got somebody reaching out asking you if you now work for MxU.
Yeah, someone goes, do you work for them now? And I said, no, I don't work for any white people. We work together. It's 2021. We're all in it together. Hey, just so you know, Yellow Square growing up was like, not growing up, but like the last 10 years was kind of a bad thing for us because I don't know why I'm talking about this, but we all downloaded the Sex Fender app so we knew who lived around us.
yes.
And different categories were different color squares, and Yellow Square wasn't a good one. So another friend did text me, goes, nice yellow square. I was like, I'm not one. So anyways,
That's funny.
I digress
Yeah. So
already.
it's not that we got a yellow card or that we're giving yellow cards to people who've offended us with their mixes, but
True.
it means something else. So why don't you explain why we're here?
It does. So live events. We
Yeah.
haven't done a live event since
January 2020.
January 2020. So it's almost March. So that's a long time ago. And we're ready to officially announce.
Where's the
Shofar wasn't
shofar?
working. It wasn't working. So
Where's Pat Barrett's dad shofar?
that was it.
Okay, cool. We're back, baby. We are announcing not only going back to live events, but we're going to one-up it, and we're going to take the whole freaking thing on tour.
Come
Man.
on. The MxU.
Coming to a city near you.
Yeah.
That's right.
So fall, late September, early October, we'll be doing 11 events across 8 cities.
Wait.
All in the Midwest.
8 events. Wait,
11.
11 events
Yep.
in 8 cities.
Yep.
So that means some of the cities are happening twice.
Multi-day events.
There we go.
Ooh.
So traditionally, our signature event was the only event we did. 1 day audio front of house guys getting in a room, getting better at what they do.
Hold
Yep.
on. Why not monitor guys? What do you hate monitor guys?
I don't hate monitor guys.
You're not wearing ears, so clearly.
No.
We've been over this.
Yes.
There's an allergy issue.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Well, we love monitor guys.
Good.
Okay. There'll be monitors involved this time. How about that?
Okay, well, can you say audio guys maybe?
Yeah.
To be more inclusive, it is 2021.
Sorry. Whatever you say.
Yes, agreed.
Audio,
On everything.
Audio engineers.
There we go.
Well, we've left out a few people, monitor engineers, lighting and video.
Yes.
So we've slowly been adding video content to help people get better at what they do with lighting and video. So we thought, you know what? We need to blow this thing up and add a second day. And we're calling the second day MxU Teams Live.
Yes.
So 3 of the cities, Anaheim, Dallas, and Chicago, will be multi-day events. And the second day, here's the pitch. You ready? Worship leader, music director, partners with audio, video, and lighting. And you and your team, as a part of the day, get to watch professionals craft a worship service from beginning to end
With a live band on stage.
with a live band and monitors.
Welcome back, monitor guys. Also, video guys and lighting guys all in the same room.
Yes.
This is like We Are the World of the production community.
It's going to
It
be a
is.
the
challenge.
Michael Jackson version, not the Bieber version.
yeah.
Right. The good version.
The 80s, yeah.
So at the beginning of the day, a worship leader, music director team, however that looks, will meet with all of us, the production crew, and say, hey, at 4:00 this afternoon, at the end of the day, we're going to do a 3-song worship set. And the worship leader will tell us, here's what I'm trying to convey. Here's what God's speaking to me. Here's the way this is going to go. And here's the songs.
Yep.
And then you'll see in real time, lighting, video, and audio, ask the questions that they need to ask to execute that vision and support it. And then we'll watch Daniel Cannell. I'm a spoiler alert. We'll circle back to all this. Daniel Cannell, Rusty Anderson, Chris Raybold, program lights, teach some camera ops, set up cameras, and
Daniel Cannell of the Aqua Ministry, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Love that guy.
That's true. And then a band's going to come in at the end of the day. We're going to do an actual sound check, run through monitors. See, there it is again.
Keeps coming back. Ain't that like it?
And we have some really interesting ideas about what that monitor experience might look like.
Yeah, more to come on that.
We're not going to let any cats out of bags in that, but you're not going to want to miss day 2.
No.
Even if you're an audio person, day 2 is going to be pretty special. Unprecedented, I would say, for the MxU Live experience.
Absolutely. Nothing's ever been done like this in general anyway.
Right.
People are probably wondering, how do I get out of work if you're bivocational for 2 days? Email me. I will write you a doctor's note. There has to be a Dr. J Desai out there somewhere.
I guarantee.
We'll just need his pad.
That's totally true.
Yeah.
So towards the end of the day, then we'll see everything come together, and the band will run that worship set, and we'll watch the magic happen.
That's awesome.
I'm in.
It's going to be a really cool way that churches of all sizes, and no matter what position you are on the production team, to walk away with actual tangible stuff to see your weekend experience get better right then.
Yeah. And one of the biggest comments we've gotten about our last live event, which was 14 months ago, was the fact that Jay was our host of the day for the first time.
Yep.
And everybody loved Jay. So for those of you who don't know Jay, this is
me.
You've seen why
in the flesh.
You would love him as a host for a live event, because in keeping with
I'm adorable,
yeah,
funny,
right,
informative if I have the material to inform.
Yeah.
But if not, I'll make it up.
And you're really good at like swag and merch giveaways.
Yeah.
And
well, my throwing arm was not good last time.
Well,
but I'm working on it.
Good.
I got a baseball. We don't have baseball in India, so we have cricket.
Maybe we should, like, I don't know. Could you bowl some of our merch to the attendees?
I'll probably just shoot it out of a clay thing with my shotgun.
There you go. Skeet merch.
Skeet merch.
I'm all about that.
Yes. Hey, will there be barbecue?
There will be a big green egg on the bus.
Not in the bus.
In the trailer.
Okay. Just wanted to get the logistics out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk about tour life for a second, because Jay, you've been on a bunch of tours and spent a lot of time on the road. So what's your favorite thing about sort of bus life? Like
The
day off
sleep.
stuff, or the sleep is awesome. So let's talk about bus sleep for a second.
It is like someone is just gently shaking. Well, not gently, really. Depends what part of the country you're at, but
Yeah.
and what kind of driver you have. But there's something calming about knowing there's a semi 2 feet from my face, and there's a nice thing of metal between us, and
Yeah.
I'm trusting some random bus driver who's got longer hair than me, who's been doing it for 40 years and chain smokes out of a little crack of a window while I'm trying to sleep. There's just something comforting about it at 60 degrees, you know? So
Totally.
I'm excited.
But there is something about a bus bunk. You're in a really dark, really cold, coffin-sized
Imagine
space.
a coffin with air conditioning
Yeah.
and comfy sheets.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Preparing
Totally.
us for the next stage.
So part of our purpose of today is to also talk to our friends who are going to be with us
Yes.
on tour.
That's right. So you're going to hear from lots of different guests today. So without further ado, we have our first guest who's just joined us. We have Adam Taylor. What's up, Adam?
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're doing great, man. How are you?
Excellent. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
everything's great.
God, your voice sounds
Great,
so
great.
good. Hey, how do I look, Adam, from where you're sitting?
Cut off.
Wow.
Let me see. Let
So-
me open up my view.
Here's what I love about this right now is that we've never had a podcast guest show up with an RE20, and I'm just like, okay, this is legit. I like that microphone choice.
But it's a new
Didn't-
orange
and I
one,
told-
I think.
Yeah.
I
It's not
told
the
you I was
silver
going to
one.
grab an SM7 too, and I failed you.
This is
It's because
good.
I opened up my mic drawer and it was empty. It wasn't there.
This is good. I like this.
Yeah,
We
it's a
do
great
like
mic.
this.
Yeah.
So, Adam, we're going on tour, man.
Yes. Crazy. I'm so pumped.
The bands aren't back on tour yet, but the crew is. So it's kind of like when the teachers strike. I feel like it's a bit like, oh yeah, well then watch this.
Yeah. So you're saying
That's
we're a
right.
bunch of scabs?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Yeah,
I consider myself an educator.
if the artists aren't going on tour, then let's leave it to the crew. They're the ones who
That's
get
right.
everything done anyway.
Well, those guys make enough money. They're all rich. They don't need to go back out.
They don't
It's
need.
the
They don't
crew.
need to go. They're fine. Yeah.
Yeah. When's the last time crew got publishing?
Right.
It's true.
So Adam is going to play a bit of a dual role on the tour.
Yeah.
So Adam's actually going to be our tour manager, but he's also going to be on the panel of engineers. So he's been helping us production manage for a long time, but this time he's going to be throwing some faders.
Yeah. So
Let's go.
you've been to several of our events. So
Yep.
I just want to ask you, we haven't talked about this, but what would you say is your sort of favorite moment about the MxU Live day? Like in terms of your takeaways or your experience, it's like, what's the thing that you're looking forward to the most as we get back into actually doing these things in person?
Man, aside from the obvious of getting to learn, just, getting to, I guess, absorb so much knowledge, it's getting to connect with our buddies and our friends and everybody we know through like social media and in person. A lot of us haven't seen each other in a long time. And I think that's what's going to make this tour and these next events really special, is that we're coming back from this, crazy year of everyone's
Yeah.
just been stuck in their house, or if you work for a church or a ministry, you've probably been working more than you ever have. Like, and to get to connect and have community with each other. And I don't know, I'm excited about it. It's so cool to be able to see everybody. So yeah, I'm excited to connect with everyone.
Are you as nervous as I am to throw a mix together in front of Chris Raybold, the front of house engineer for Bruno Mars, Justin Bieber, and Lady Gaga,
Chris
and
is
Kenny
coming?
Chesney? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be good. I'm probably going to black out and just, right afterwards, everybody claps and I'll come back to be like, all right, how did I do?
Yeah.
Have
But
you ever
yeah,
blacked
I've
out
heard
in front of
Chris-
house?
I've heard Chris mix a few times and he is phenomenal, like unbelievable mixer. So that's going to be cool and very scary.
I love it.
Yeah. And you guys will
Yeah.
both be on Digico console. So he'll be on an SD7, and I think you're going to be on the new 338.
That's right. Yep. And I'm fairly new to being a Digico user. And so I'm excited to dig into it and see what tricks he's doing and kind of show you guys what I'm doing, and should be a good time.
Well, the cool thing is you've got a few months to get your show file together. So I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You got a little bit of time.
A little bit of time. Yeah.
So random, this past weekend at your church, something pretty cool happened. You had a guest drummer.
Oh yeah. It's so random. I texted Lee on Saturday night and I was like, guess who I'm hanging out with right now? And I said, Justin Bieber's drummer, Devin Sticks Taylor. And he's like, and Lee knows who Sticks is. I think Lee and I have been sending each other clips of, I started following Devin when they did the Purpose tour, and was it 2019, 2018?
Yeah.
With their We the Band, and like, Pooch's mixes they're posting like monitor mixes with their GoPros they have on stage, the whole band.
Wow.
And just unbelievably cool to watch. And so to follow him for a couple of years and to get to meet him last week, and then to get him to play at church on Sunday was, crazy. We're all kind of standing around just like little fangirls watching him play, but he's a monster, super cool guy, loves the church, loves God. Just he loves his craft, and he's very, very good at it.
Isn't it funny how a good drummer makes your mix better instantly? Like,
Yeah, I told Lee my mix went from like here to here to here, and I didn't change anything. I just,
Yeah, that's
I just
awesome.
walked
Just the
in
way
from
you hit
Saturday
the
to
thing.
Sunday, and I'm like, whoa. And I already get to mix a really great drummer named Brian Boyd, who's one of the best. And so for Devin to take it up a notch, it's a different animal, and it was a lot of fun.
Aren't you a drummer?
I am. Yep.
How did
in
you?
my I say in,
how'd you
in my
compare?
former life. How do I compare?
Yeah.
Not good compared to those guys. I always say, people are like, "Oh, you play drums at church?" And I say, sometimes I'm like the backup to the backup. So if Brian's sick and his backup's sick, then sometimes they'll throw me in.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I said you had 2 rolls on the tour. You're actually going to have 3 because we're bringing a Traeger and a Big Green Egg.
Yes.
So
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to
Cooking
have
out in some parking lots.
parking lots and off days. There's going to be some serious throwing down of cooking.
Yes.
That's true. We'll have to like put chain link fences up so that nobody can get in and eat Adam's steaks but us.
So we were talking about this earlier. Did you guys see the Kenny Chesney thing where he did the chain link fence and then poured in sand to make it look like the tour bus was on a beach every day?
Oh,
need to come
really?
up with
That's
the-
cool.
We need to come up with the MxU equivalent of that. Like, what's our sort of bus parking
We'll just put up like
situation need to
an
look like?
artificial like forest and a bunch of like deer and
Yeah.
some camouflage, like camouflage lawn chairs everywhere.
It could be some deer and elk on one side and a stream so that Jeff can fly fish on the other.
Yeah.
Why don't we just
Oh,
carry
yeah.
a big buck hunter machine with us?
Oh, dude.
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
I just want you to know in 2014, I qualified for the national championships.
Are you serious?
So
Yeah, it's-
David Crowder, for those of you who don't know, is a huge
Buck
mean,
hunter.
buck hunter.
He's a huge buck hunter.
The
That's
video
what
game.
I call him.
That is unbelievable.
And-
We would just play. We would just find it.
And
anywhere on the
Golden
road.
Tee.
He likes Golden Tee too, but all our friends
Golden
kind of got
Tee.
into it. And literally, out of probably 8 or 9 of us, 5 of us qualified. And our friend Laura qualified in the women's category, and then in the regular category. It's like a normal.
Yeah.
one. She qualified in both.
So how'd you place?
Well, the problem was we were on tour, and you have to go to this thing. And so a couple of our friends went. We like all pitched in and got plane tickets, but we couldn't go. So it's kind of a wild, weird world from people all over the world that come play buck hunter. But I just want you to know I'm really good.
Quirky trivia with Jay Desai, everyone.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Yes.
All right, Adam. Well, thanks for popping in here with us.
Man, thanks
I'm-
for having me, guys.
We're going to be talking about this a lot more over the next few months. So we'll more to come on that.
I can't
Adam, what
wait.
is your
It feels
preferred
like-
bunk? Do you have a preferred bunk?
I'm always top bunk. Always.
I'm always front driver middle.
Oh, the one with the phone.
Yeah, the one with the phone. And I'm fine. Like if other people want it too, you just got to at
Find-
your own risk.
Find
So
a
that's
way
where-
to
That's
Yeah.
where I'll be.
Yeah, one of the main bus rules for people who've never been on a tour bus is it is like sacred law that you do not breach the curtain line that kind of closes in the bunk. So
I sleep with a 9mm. So
yeah, so for
It's up to
anybody
you.
for anybody who breaches Jay's curtain line, just enter at your own risk.
Yeah. there's like snacks and stuff. Like, come on in.
Can-
Let's knock first.
Can we state the obvious, like other rule that everyone knows?
Yeah, we need to talk about the other rules.
Is no number 2s always.
Right.
Right.
Well, hold on.
No.
Well,
Hold
there
on.
is a way.
There's several ways.
There,
you know,
well, there is a workaround.
the
no
REI,
number
have
2s in
y'all
the
seen this thing
conventional.
at REI. Oh, this is
Yeah.
a camping podcast now. This is made for camping.
Okay.
But basically, if you brought these things inside, you could use them in the regular bathroom. You put the first bag in, and the bag has like this powder that you just put a little water with. It mixes up, basically creates a solution. You can do your business, and then
Mhm.
you tie it, and then it goes inside a second bag, and you can tie it, and then you just drop it down the trash chute.
The trash chute and then no aroma.
Yeah, so you can take shit on the bus if you want. Sorry, you can take a beep on the bus if you want.
That's hilarious.
Sorry, I need to learn to self beep because that'll come in handy.
I mean,
That would have come in handy for you in a lot of areas of your
Seriously,
life.
Kings and queens I've cussed in front of.
I've been on the bus at 2 a.m. when someone had to go and we're not stopping.
Right. If you're on a tight,
It
the problem with
happens.
the bus is if you stop the bus, it is a minimum of 30 minutes.
Half hour,
Minimum.
no matter what.
Yeah,
right.
minimum.
Even if everyone's asleep. It's funny how people will just be like, oh, we're at a gas station. I need a Subway sandwich at 4 a.m.
Yeah. Suddenly I need a bag of chips.
And everyone gets off the bus in 7-minute increments.
Yeah, it's like, oh, guys, we've been here 27 and a half minutes.
Yeah.
It's
Do I
like,
got time?
I'll be right back.
I'll be right
Oh,
back.
okay,
And then 12
I'll be
minutes
right
later.
back.
Yeah.
And then you can't find them.
Yeah.
So I tell the bus driver, I don't care who it is. You wake me up. If we need to stop, let me know first. But I won't be the tour manager on this, so they'll be waking you up. Even though I will
I'll be
in the tradition.
I'll be kicking down stall doors with a flashlight in the middle of the night. Back on the bus.
Best snacks, though. Pilot has the best snacks, I've decided.
They do. I like Love's too, though.
Yeah, I think they're owned by the same people.
The Haslam family.
Yeah, sure.
Don't ask me how I know that.
Yeah, that's weird. You probably hunt.
Owner of the Cleveland Browns.
Loves and Flying J are the same now, right?
Oh, Loves and Flying J. Sorry,
Okay.
that's what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, maybe we'll get a Buc-ee's in there too.
Man.
I've never been to a
Buc-ee's.
They
Buc-ee's.
put one in Georgia. It's
I
an
haven't
hour and
either.
a half from my house.
Apparently, if you're a cool hipster and playing a worship band, you need a Buc-ee's T-shirt or trucker hat now. I'm seeing
Well,
those.
Trucker hat, yeah.
You know what else you're going to need is a MxU hat.
That's true.
So,
Well, if you buy a VIP ticket, your ticket comes with a exclusive tour hat.
yeah. So
Nice, very nice.
we'll let Adam go so we can talk to some other of our friends, but we need to talk about that throughout
I think
this
I'm going to
thing
sell my
too,
own.
is-
That's
merch on
true.
this tour.
Adam, we'll catch you on the
Yes.
flip side, man.
See you guys. Looking
See you,
forward
man.
to it.
Thanks, bud.
See you guys.
Yeah. So,
He's handsome.
yeah, isn't he awesome?
He really
Yeah.
is handsome.
I can't wait to live with him in a 45x9 piece of metal for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do people get tickets?
Well,
Are they available right now?
the funny thing is, right after,
After this is over,
like we're going to basically make everybody watch the rest of this.
we're like Apple. Like
Yeah.
you can't get the phone
can't
till
get-
after.
Right. You can't pre-order until we say thank you and good night.
Yeah.
But as soon as this podcast is finished, tickets will be available momentarily.
On our website, www.mxu.rocks.
Yes.
And if you're not following us on Instagram, you need to, so that you can be a part of the Yellow Square Mafia.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of the Yellow Square Mafia, so
I won't be joining that just because of my other app.
I understand. Part of the Yellow Square was obviously to promote the fact that we were doing this today, but we also have a video about
Yeah.
the live event tour days that we want to share because I just think it's super cool.
I feel like we're really Apple now when we're about
Right.
to like,
We're going to cut to a video.
we do a little teaser and then we say something like, but you know what? Check this out first. And then it throws to the video right now.
So why don't you look at the
Can you do
camera and
that?
say, but first,
I'd love to tell you more about the MxU tour, but watch this video. MxU has always been about learning together. A year ago, when the whole world was shut down, we were all put to the test.
churches closed all across the world.
But, I mean, there's always hope. We've heard incredible stories of churches that have completely rethought the way they do production to reach their people.
We're so proud to be part of a tribe that continued to reach their people in unbelievable ways. Well,
We think it's time to celebrate. Wow. Wasn't that great?
and thank you, Tim Cook.
Yeah.
So I got to say, I mean, I don't want to sound braggadocious at all.
Then stop talking.
Well, I just love that video.
Yeah.
I mean, just as a way to tell a story. So I got to give a shout out to Scotty and the guys on our team who put that together because
Which one, Scotty?
he's the tall white
He's
guy.
the one in the back.
Got it.
I don't know. I love just how we've been able to sort of up our game on video storytelling.
Well,
And-
we haven't done anything different.
exactly, and that's why it's been so much better.
Yeah.
This is a leadership lesson.
Yes,
That's true.
Build a team.
Yeah.
but in the video, it went through
All the
8
cities.
different cities. So let's talk through the cities in the order that they're going to be on the tour. Jay, what you got?
First up, a frequent occurrence for us, we have a 2-day event in Anaheim, California.
That's right. So we got MxU Live on the first day and MxU Teams Live on the second day.
Yeah.
And I love that place we went and hung out with after. Was it Meatpacking District?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
the
taco
VIP
place.
party.
that whole thing, the whole place was cool.
Yeah. There's a after party after day one.
Yep.
But you can buy tickets to that, free food and drinks, and hang out with, your closest friends.
Yeah. Not just us, though.
No,
All of our friends.
I
All of
sat
our
with
friends.
Mr. Pooch and we had a fantastic conversation
Yeah.
last time.
I know that night is when I was told my mix sucked.
That's true. That was a momentous night because it informed a lot of the content we've been watching lately, which is really great.
Yeah, everything the last year that I did was really around
Well,
that.
Yeah.
respectfully, at least your console worked.
Well, that's
No,
true.
that's not fair.
Now, his console worked,
It worked too good.
but when you drop a plug-in
I just have a fat finger, apparently.
when you hold the button Option and drop in a plug-in,
Alt. It's Alt. Sorry, I know you never used an LV1, but
What?
It's Alt.
You've never used Windows, so it's Alt. It's the equivalent to Option.
what's Windows?
I know. So, but it instantiates that plugin on every channel.
Oh, how
Luckily,
many?
you picked a
64.
Oh, okay.
luckily stereo. Luckily, you picked a really light plug-in.
Yeah. Shep's Omni Channel, which is one of the most DSP
It's good.
laden plugins there is. Yeah.
But luckily for you, the guy who made LV1 was right there.
that's true.
That's
I
true.
had some good tech support.
That's good. Cool. So we are going from this route will be called the Trail of Elon Musk, and we'll be going from Anaheim, California to Dallas, Texas
That's right.
Across much desert.
for a 2-day event.
Yeah.
Elon's in Austin, which I'd love to go to Austin,
Man, that food.
but
Yeah.
there's more churches in Dallas than you could shake a stick at.
That's true.
Dallas and Georgia, I feel like
Yeah. You can't hit a 9-iron in either of those cities without going through at least 4 churches.
it's like professional lifestyle
It totally is.
business out there.
So in Dallas,
2 days.
2-day event
Yep.
again. MxU Live, MxU Teams Live,
Yep. Love it.
and that is going to be at Gateway's Grand Prairie campus.
That's right.
So Brandon and the Gateway team
Lovely folks.
offering to host us. Thank
Yep.
you guys so much. They're awesome.
And the band that we use for day 2 is going to be musicians from Gateway Worship, which is awesome.
That's cool. I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Did we talk about where we're going to be in Anaheim?
TBD.
Okay, great.
It's going to be a
So,
surprise.
Probably the convention center, guys. That's going to be
There's a baseball stadium there.
yeah.
It's not there.
Yeah, it's not there.
No.
It's not there.
But it's where the California Angels of Anaheim play,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's right next to Disneyland.
that is true. We're almost done. We should just wait to announce what it's going to be, but it's going to be in Anaheim.
Great. We'll have some sexy video of me, I'm sure, opening up a box. We'll announce it. Okay, we're gonna go north from there.
We are.
But let's talk about our off day between Dallas and our next city.
I mean,
Don't tell people. We don't want them showing up and stalking you at every golf course in Amarillo.
That's true.
I won't be on the golf course. Well, I might be driving the golf cart, but I am happy to meet anyone that would love to discuss anything over communion at any point.
The great thing about Amarillo is amarillo is the word for yellow in Spanish, and it's a yellow
Hey, how do you
yellow
roll
square
it?
day.
Roll that R again for me.
My wife's Dominican, man.
That's right. Yeah, Liz is on it.
Yeah, I've been taught well.
Amarillo by morning.
Okay, wait. There's not an event in Amarillo.
No,
No, there is now communion with that dude. I will be serving. You will be buying me, and I will be serving communion.
But
in
tickets
Amarillo.
tickets for that will be on a different website.
Yes. We are gonna go to
Is it 4chan? That's how you get tickets for this?
Denver.
Denver.
Lovely Denver.
Yes, at Summit Integrated's headquarters.
Yep.
So this sounds a little crazy. Like, how can we do an event at an integrator's warehouse? But they just built a brand new state-of-the-art 5 million square foot monstrosity.
5 million square feet.
Yeah, that's like those giant Amazon buildings they're
Yeah,
starting to build
it's
beside
bigger than
airports.
those, yeah.
It's a little bigger.
This was prefab.
It's pretty fast. It's just a tilt up, small little
Small.
operation.
It's
It's a
Lego.
Butler building.
Yeah. So we're going to be in their warehouse. We're going to transform it into a venue. And these guys are making their own acoustic panels now at Summit. So they're going to deck out the room with acoustic treatment for us also. That's
gonna be
pretty cool.
crazy.
And then after that event, it's a 1-day event. So it's MxU Live. So that'll be for front of house guys.
Audio guys.
Sorry, audio guys. I teed you up for that.
Audio engineers.
Yeah, it'll be our standard 1-day
Minister
event.
of the audio arts.
Yes, audio pastor. And then after, a free after party
Well, there you
for
go.
anyone. So if you were at the event, Summit's going to host a really cool after party. They've got like this, their office is so cool.
That's sweet of them.
Yeah, it's basically like Facebook's office, but better.
Because they have 5 million square feet.
Right, it's bigger than Facebook. It's bigger than Apple's headquarters.
Bigger than the world, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to being there.
Yeah. So after Denver,
We're gonna take a couple more off days. We're not gonna talk about
right? Because they don't have colors in their names.
Right. We're going to Chicago,
Yes.
which one of the best food cities in the country.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all are into.
I think
food.
it might be the best food city in the country.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
constantly popping up on the beard list.
And we're just praying to the good Lord in heaven that restaurants are going to be having in-person sit-down dining by that point.
I'm going to the Publican.
Oh, I had Taco Bell yesterday. It's open.
Okay, great. In Chicago?
No. This was in Atlanta.
What's not open in Georgia?
True. Very, very true.
Have you been to the Publican in Chicago?
No.
Oh,
Well, we're going to change
yeah, we're
that.
doing that.
You're going to have
for
the
sure.
best chicken you've ever had your entire life.
Okay. I'm in.
So
That's a 2-day, by the way.
2-day
Mm.
Chicago, MxU Live, MxU Teams Live at Christ Community in St. Charles in
Yeah.
the west suburbs.
Awesome. Some great church. I feel like Chicago's got good churches.
Yeah.
They do.
Moody.
It's going to be a great day.
Yep.
Good.
Harvest, Soul City,
Harvest, Soul City. Yeah.
Willow,
Willow. OG.
OG.
Then we're gonna have an off day in Salt Lake. No. STL, is that Salt Lake?
That's St. Louis.
St. Louis. Yep. There's some great communion stations there. We have to meet someone at. And we're gonna be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Is that where Daniel's from?
It is.
Is it like the home of Daniel Cannell?
It is the
Yeah.
home of Daniel Cannell. We're doing the event at his house
Home cooking.
in his
Yeah.
backyard.
His wife's making lasagna.
And he set up a pond for us all to hang out in.
Yeah.
With leftover material
Yep.
that wasn't used.
It's only 4 inches deep, but it's really, really nice.
And he's put stage decks just slightly under the water so we can walk on water and take
Oh,
communion while
The
we
old
walk on water.
The old Kanye.
Yes.
Yeah, that was in Georgia.
At Pat Barrett's
It was
lake?
at Pat Barrett's Lake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right outside. Let's call it Pat's Lake.
Pat's Lake.
We need to interrupt our city's conversation for one moment because, speak of the devil, you mentioned Daniel Cannell, and look who's here to join us.
Daniel Cannell's here.
Dude, you look. I don't know. Do you have like a halo light or something?
He's a
dude?
lighting guy. What are you going to do? He looks beautiful.
Dude, I don't know how to make these things work. You know, I found this microphone at Radio Shack, so I at least have to look
At least
good.
you have a Radio Shack.
We were just going down the list of cities on the tour. So 2 things. We're going on tour.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
What?
Right?
I'm a bad actor. That is amazing, though. I can't tell you how excited I'm about it. I'm about done making videos. Like, I'm ready to actually talk to people again.
Dude, that'll preach right there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We were just making our way down the list of cities and we were talking about Tulsa. And we told everyone that the venue is your house. We're going to be in your backyard.
And we
Are
appreciate
Hey,
your
sounds great.
we appreciate your wife offering to make lasagna for us all. It's going to be really, really nice.
It's chicken enchiladas is what you want her to make.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Well,
Ooh, that sounds good.
that does sound good.
I don't suggest my backyard, but I do suggest the chicken enchiladas. So we'll make that happen.
Okay, so it's not in your backyard, but why don't you tell us what the venue actually is going to be?
Well, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, it's going to be Transformation Church, which we have spent a little bit of time in, know 1 or 2 things about, quickly becoming the best church facility in the country. So
That is correct. It will be a transformation. So, and
It's gonna be awesome.
what's great about this is it's going to be in their worship center, which is a medium-sized arena.
Yeah.
So if your city has like a hockey arena, so like imagine a basketball arena without the upper deck, just
Yep.
the lower bowl, that's what it is. But it's got the ceiling height of a normal arena. So
That's gonna be awesome.
it is going to be awesome.
And we're going to have a big old PA.
A big old D&B KSL PA.
That's a lot of numbers. I don't know what they mean.
It's a big old PA. And
DBK.
I'm worried about this one because Raybold mixes in arenas all the time. That's what that guy does.
He's
And
going to destroy us.
we're toast. It's going to be like when I play my 11-year-old at Fortnite. I don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
So
It's like me at a professional clarinet competition.
yeah. What did you bring your clarinet?
No. Oh, for those that don't know, I'm in California.
That's
Here
true.
I am in the flesh. They let me back in.
It's surprising in some ways.
Yellow square and all. They let you back
I
in.
might bring my clarinet on tour though.
You totally should.
I might bring my trumpet.
I might bring Pat's dad's shofar.
Moving on. So Daniel, you're going to play
Yeah.
a big role on the whole tour, but on the 2-day events, the MxU Teams Live, you're going to play one of the most significant roles in demonstrating how to program a worship set. You know, there's lots of other things you're going to do. That's a very general way I could describe what you're going to do. But just thinking about, you know, putting together a worship set, partnering with the worship leader and the video team, and showing a couple hundred people that process. What are the things that are jumping out in your mind that you're excited to do, demonstrate, talk about, debunk, things like that?
Sure. Well, you know, definitely, and I've already kind of said this, but the most exciting part is we're actually gonna have some people there again. You know, I kind of said it jokingly, a little tongue in cheek, but I literally hate teaching on video. You know, I want people in the room we can get questions from, get responses from. The best teaching I've ever gotten to be a part of is where there's feedback from those who you're teaching.
Yeah.
So just being there in person is going to be huge. And then, you know, people have heard me talk about this one a lot, and this is actually one that, you know, I'd say developed late in my career, which I think is why I value it so much. But we're going to talk about, you know, how to run a show in the seat of your pants. Like when there's not enough time, when there's not enough preparation, when you know, when they get stuff to you late, or when then they change stuff once the show's already started. How do we deal with that? You know, you'll get to see me live deal with some of those situations. I'll talk through my methodology. You know, we'll get into some key light situations. You know, it used to be that only the biggest churches in the world had to worry about what their key light looked like. Now, the 500 seat church down the street is streaming, and it may only be to Facebook Live. But you know, I literally was just dealing with this morning. We have our friends at Transformation, Skylark put in an amazing broadcast system for them. We didn't have a chance to dial in the key light before their first weekend with it last weekend, or at least the first weekend with the new cameras in place. They're still working on the rest of it. None of us were super happy with it. I mean, everything else is perfect. Amazing cameras, you know, awesome looking LED wall in the background. We went in and spent 2 hours on the key light this morning, and it is a world of difference. Like it really makes this new equipment shine. So we'll dive into that deep. And then just the art of programming.
Yeah.
You know, each program I've ever worked with is a little different, but what do we think about? What do we listen for? You know, how do we communicate with, you know, everybody from the praise and worship leaders, the audio engineers, and work more as a cohesive team to get the right result out of it.
That's great. Well, and the other thing that I'm excited, particularly about the lighting, is that we've agreed gear-wise, we're going to keep it super practical. So we're going on tour, but we're not bringing a tour style / tour size lighting rig. We're bringing a few movers and a few floor fixtures, a little bit of scenic, and okay, how do we get best bang for the buck out of this fairly scaled down rig, and talk about how we can make it look and feel amazing despite having fewer resources.
Yeah, our approach to the design for this one's going to be, you know, the same way we would design a package for a 1,000-member church, a 1,500-member church, your very kind of normal average church size and the budgets they have to deal with. You know, and I'd say that's a great point, Jeff. That's the part I'm really excited about too. So often people fall into that trap of thinking to make it look the way we want, we have to spend, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars more than we have available. No. We're going to put together a really small but capable package and show you what we can do with it.
That's great.
So you need to bring your bow so that we can practice in the parking lot, because this will be a few months before deer season.
Okay.
Traeger and Big Green Egg are already supplied. Daniel, do you play golf?
I have about once a year, but since LDI has been canceled the past 2 years, I haven't played. So
well, you played with us in Tahoe, so
I did.
That was the only time I've seen or heard of you playing golf. So we're gonna work on that drive of yours. Jeff's got some ideas for you.
Perfect.
If you don't want to hang out with them, you can come to the communion station with me.
Perfect. I like riding in the golf cart.
Yeah,
that's true.
Jay's gonna be hosting communion at most of our off days, and we're really excited about what that's going to look like.
Just blessing people.
No comment.
Awesome. Well, Daniel, thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, guys.
I'm freaking stoked about this, man. When's the last time you were on a tour bus?
Believe it or not, our good friend Corey was able to get me on one last year, I think right before everything shut down. And that was the first time I'd been on a tour bus in 12 years.
Wow.
And I spent one night in the back lounge, so I don't even know if that counts. I'll say this, I haven't been in a bunk on a tour bus since 2006.
Well, you're welcome in mine anytime.
Perfect. I've squeezed into bunks with bigger men.
We'll have to hear more about that later.
Wow. On that note,
That's a
Yeah.
different podcast.
All right, man. Well, thanks for jumping in. We'll talk more about all this soon.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, see you.
I like that guy, man.
You gotta love him.
Do you know that he
guy-
came to
He's
DC
all right.
when we were opening Passion City, DC? Daniel flew up
I did.
a lot. He
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
so
The
solid.
guys in Atlanta supported us really well with some weekday programming with what they knew, but he would load in work because we didn't have any door holders then, so we were building them up. And we had a couple people, and he would invest in them and just roll with the punches on Sunday morning when sets change. And it was great.
Yeah, he's a pro.
That's
Yeah, it
awesome.
was great.
I can't think of a better person to have.
Oh, just to pour into people and to
Oh,
just open up and teach what he knows. He's the best.
He
It's
is
going
the
to be
best.
awesome.
Attitude's everything.
it
He's
is.
got a good one.
Kind of random that we ended up going through our list of cities
That's
and
true.
then came to Tulsa and came straight to Daniel. So that's awesome.
That
So
is awesome.
after Tulsa, where are we headed?
We'll have an off day in Memphis.
Well, talk about barbecue.
Yeah, I hate Memphis, guys.
Well, I don't think you've done Memphis right.
I clearly I haven't.
Okay, I would have to say I generally dislike Memphis.
No offense, Memphonians.
No, but
Memphinites.
I can tell you that if there's one person that I would like to have change my mind about a city,
Yeah.
it's this guy right here.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I-
So
I'm-
I think for Jay, Jay, your challenge is when we're in Memphis
Mm-hmm.
to change our minds about how we feel about.
Can we go to Sun Studios?
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's
It's your call,
it's
man.
my day.
your day.
Great. We'll be having communion.
I grew up in Tennessee, and no one claims Memphis.
Where'd
Right.
you grow up?
Knoxville.
Even people in Nashville don't even
Doesn't make it
know
right.
that Memphis is in Tennessee.
No. Justin Timberlake would be ashamed.
That's right.
We were talking about this.
Man, if
Yeah.
y'all know
He's
Drew
got a great
Holcomb-
golf course there.
Well, there's that.
JT does?
Yeah, it might be private though.
I bet we could jump the fence.
I'd love to see you try.
Oh, I'd like to see me get my feet off the ground too. Putting my shoes on after security day was a whole ordeal.
TSA and
My
Jay.
bag fell off my
Yeah.
shoulder. It was wild.
Not your first TSA.
No
encounter.
They know me by name.
Yeah.
Atlanta. Oh, speaking of, that's where we're going after Memphis,
All right.
my home,
Atlanta, Georgia.
former Jeff's home.
That's
Cabbage
right.
Town.
Jeff and I used to be neighbors.
Yep.
Not no more. I'd drive by his house. One of my best friends lives in his neighborhood, which is neighborhood next to mine. So I drive by his house.
Yeah. I think
old
we are
house.
definitely going to have a great time in Atlanta.
That's true. We're gonna be at North Point.
Yep. We're going to be at North Point in the room where they have their student ministry.
Yeah, which
Well, it's a really big venue.
it's bigger than the average church.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
It's
Man, I've mixed there so many times
Man,
growing up.
yep. It's an
So
awesome
growing
room and great people there. Love Warren and his team, and we're going to have a great time.
that is gonna be awesome. Do you think Jace will come hang out with us?
Man.
Oh, guaranteed.
Please.
Yes. I was just with him on a gig.
Yeah.
Sweet man. Sweet man.
So, yeah.
Do you think
Atlanta's
Andy
gonna be
Stanley will
awesome.
come hang out with us?
We're going to have a special, it'll be an Andy Stanley kind of moment.
Have you heard Andrew Stanley?
He's
Oh,
hilarious.
Andrew is hilarious. We should figure out how to get Andrew Stanley on the podcast.
That'd be a great idea.
He's hilarious.
He's hilarious. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I bet at least we could break in Andy's office while we're there.
I might have a fob that still works.
Probably. Great. Well, I'm excited about Atlanta. And
I'm excited about Antico Pizza.
can I tell you that they're freezing them and mailing them to people?
What?
I think they're like a gazillion. It's like 500 million, whatever square footage. That's how much it costs.
It's the best pizza
It's delicious.
I've ever had.
But
my
there's
entire
one
life.
in Alpharetta,
It's not
right
as
by the
good.
church.
It's not
It's-
as good as the original.
It's
Yeah.
the one beside Georgia Tech
Yeah. On the
Yeah.
west side.
is better, but the one in Alpharetta it's fantastic.
It's great. Well, I don't come to your town and tell you what's wrong with your restaurant, so don't do that about mine. Okay, moving on. But they'll great communion stations there. That's a 1-day event.
But we might need to make bus call a little later that night. 'Cause
Yeah,
we have a
yeah.
short drive for the next day. And
Because we'll be going to
Yes,
what
we
a
will.
fantastic place. Elevation Church in Charlotte. Which campus?
Valentine.
All of them.
the
This,
broadcast.
this event's gonna be so big. We're at all campuses. One console per campus.
We're at the broadcast campus, Valentine.
That's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
excited because I love me some Zach Kimmery.
I love Zach Kimmery. We'll be in their worship center.
It's gonna be nice.
It's gonna be dope.
There's so many great people in Charlotte too. I'm like thinking in my head all the people that go to that church or live in
Yeah.
Charlotte.
And then after Charlotte,
Hate that airport though.
what people probably don't know about tour routing
Yeah.
is that most tours that start wherever they start around the country
Yeah.
end in this city because all the gear and the bus and everything has to get back to the same place. So we end in,
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nash Vegas.
come on.
We'll be at IPS.
Man, Steven Samuels, what a nice fella too.
He's a
Yeah.
good fella.
All those guys there. We're getting to know those guys more and more, but
Yeah. Former Chris Tomlin tour manager, road
Guitar
manager,
tech,
guitar
road
tech,
manager, Crowder,
Crowder,
everything. He was in college.
Switchfoot.
My crash switch, yeah, the Switchfoots. He stayed on my couch. That should be on your resume.
who else is there?
It's
Nicholas.
not on my resume. Oh, it is on my resume. Yeah.
They have a new CEO, Nicholas, who we're become friends with, and Andy. There's a bunch of guys there that we
Yeah.
know. So their warehouse, they have a black box rehearsal space set up for bands. They can
Genius.
you set up your whole rig in
Bloody genius.
flat floor, giant black curtains. It's literally a black box.
Yeah.
So we're going to do the event in the black box rehearsal space.
Yep.
And it's in Franklin.
It's going to be great.
Do you think we're going to do more of these video podcast things?
Well, when you guys move out here,
I can't. This is a legal issue. I'm allowed in, but gotta
But you
get
just
out.
can't stay very
Yeah.
long.
I have a lot of family in California. But I was just thinking that, like, I think people at home probably just want a GoPro right here. Cut to y'all every now and then.
just right on your face.
Yeah,
Or
just
what if it was a selectable thing in the interface where they could be like J-Cam or wide
that's
shot?
nice.
And
Now we're nerding out.
Yeah.
That's right. We can take it to a new level.
They
They,
would
can
just-
mix their own podcast. We'll just send them the files. Actually, maybe we just do that anyway. So someone will mix it for us.
it would save our editing time. That's
Yeah,
for
so-
sure.
They would.
So we're gonna end in Nashville, which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to Broadway that night. We're line dancing.
Yeah, there'll be a party after that for sure.
I would love to see the three of us line dance.
at Roberts Western.
Oh, we can line dance anywhere. We can do
I
it
like
right, We
Roberts.
can do it right here. Maybe not today.
I'm not line dancing today.
It's like all this, like, what are all these new bars? Like,
All the artists have them. Like
Yeah.
Jason Aldean's got a bar.
Blake Shelton's got a bar.
Yeah, sure. Alan Jackson's got a bar.
Florida Georgia Line.
Sure, they got a bar. Everyone's got a bar.
see, that's on the south side of the street.
Yeah.
So the opposite side of the street
Old
is
school honky tonks.
is the OGs.
Yeah.
That is where it happens.
Yeah.
I just love walking by or walking in and just hearing someone just rip,
Ripping.
vocals,
Yeah.
guitar, steel.
Great songs from people you've never heard of who
Yeah.
are staking their dreams on a shot at getting heard at one
Where's
of these things.
IPS? They're down in Franklin.
They're in
Yeah, I
Franklin.
just don't like Franklin.
Off of,
but that's fine. We'll go there.
What's that? Mallory Seaboard over there?
Yeah.
Somewhere over there.
That's great.
Cool.
Maybe we can get some famous people to come see us.
We probably can.
I think we can. So before Jay got here today,
Yeah.
we had the opportunity to talk to a couple of our other friends who are going to be a part of the tour. So I think we should check in with that right now.
We should. So we have audio, video, and lighting on MxU Teams Live, our
Right.
2-day events. And we have our video director, Rusty Anderson.
I love him.
And then we got a couple more guests after that.
Yep.
But right now, check out this interview we did with Rusty.
Awesome.
Hi, Rusty.
Rusty Anderson, how are you, man?
I am doing great, guys. How are y'all?
Good. It's so good to see you. The thing that strikes me right now is, we've never done a video podcast, and so we're trying to step up our game in terms of the way our cameras look, because usually it's just on the computer screen on Zoom. But your camera looks stunning, and I'm really impressed.
Hey, I figured if I'm going to be on this thing, then I need to look credible. So let's up my game a little bit. This is my first time using this kind of setup for my webcam. Then also the last time I did a podcast with you guys, I listened back to it and it sounded like my voice sounded awful compared to you guys with your awesome mic. So I got to step it up. So hopefully this will be better.
We need to get Earthworks to send you one of these Game of Thrones looking microphones.
Yeah.
So we're going on tour.
Wait, like you guys are going on tour?
No, you're coming with us.
I'm coming with you guys.
Yes.
I'll be a roadie, right? Like I'll just be like a roadie on the tour. I
No,
can
no,
do
no,
that.
no,
I'd
no,
love to be a
no.
roadie for you guys.
We are actually the artists on this tour.
Come on.
We figured if no artists are going to go out on tour, then we might as well just tour as a crew and just
Let's just show them the way. We've all been there. We can do it.
You guys have toured together before.
Yeah, so we've done several years of Tomlin tours together. Gosh, I'm trying to remember, when was the first one? What year of you was the first year for you?
Oh man, it's 13 or 14. It was a really small town, northeast, New England kind of show.
Was
Remember
that the
How Great
was
Is Our
that
God? Maybe the last run.
That was the D Market run of And If Our God Is For Us? Maybe it was like
it was definitely like the best way to get introduced into touring because it's only uphill from there.
Yeah, that's funny.
A lot
and
of
then
prom
it was-
gymnasiums.
Yeah, but it was from that point all the way up through like Madison Square Garden. So
That's right.
that
Yeah.
was that
Okay,
was
so
awesome.
on the tour you guys were on, you were on the same bus, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Did you guys get to pick what bunks you wanted before the band?
No, they were assigned.
No, they were assigned.
How about was your bus closer to the hotel than anyone else's, or the furthest away?
Always
What
furthest away.
hotels?
What
Yeah,
hotels?
What hotel? Yeah.
Yeah. And in the venue, parking right beside catering.
Negative.
Yeah. Well, we get to do all that this time.
Because
All
we're the
that.
artist.
Right. Yeah. So
Pick the bus food we want.
Rusty, are
That's
you
key.
a top bunk, a bottom bunk, middle bunk guy?
I mean, I'm not picky. I think, I'm a little older, like getting to the top bunk's a little tougher than it used to be.
Yeah.
So middle or bottom's fine, but hey, to go out on the road again, I'll go anywhere.
That's awesome. So why are we taking a video guy on the MxU tour, Jeff?
Well, normally, the MxU Live events have been a one-day audio-focused event for production volunteers, team leaders, whatever, but audio-focused.
Yeah.
So on some of these cities, we're actually adding a second day.
Yeah. And we're calling it MxU Teams Live. So the whole day is designed for the entire production team and musicians. There's going to be a live band there. So what's going to happen is the beginning of the day, a worship leader and music director team will come in and we'll have a live meeting in front of the whole audience about a future worship set that's going to happen that afternoon. And then once we listen to the songs and catch the vision from the worship leader, then we'll watch Daniel Cannell program lights, and we'll watch Daniel work with you, Rusty, on lighting and cameras. And then Rusty, you're going to talk to us about camera placement, how to train camera operators. We may even pull some front of house guys out of the audience and make them camera operators.
I think
Let's
that's
do it.
great.
So like, we haven't talked much about this. This will be kind of off the cuff here, but like Rusty, when you're thinking about going into a room with church techs, video teams, like what are you excited to teach people or show people?
Man, I'm always just excited to get to meet people, to meet some people that are doing church work that, kind of remind me of where I was 10 years ago, but also meeting people that are, where I hope to be in 10 years, like the whole spectrum of getting to meet people in church world. And I think a couple of things I always love to do is to get to know the people and do some Q&A. Like I'm going to bring some stuff that I've learned, but I want to know what you guys are struggling with. I want to be able to help in any way that I can. So some good Q&A time. And then also, I think I've run into a lot of people and they have this mindset, and I've had this mindset in the past where we kind of think, or we say like, I only have 2 cameras, I only have 3 cameras. What can I do? I can't do that much. I could never, be that big church out there that I look up to. But I just want to get rid of that mindset and show some people how we can tweak a few things and talk about a few different ways to frame cameras or to place cameras, and how we cut them together and make 3 cameras feel like it's actually 6 or 7. And I think that's definitely something that we can look at and do together.
That's awesome. So what if we, like, as we're planning gear and figuring out what to bring,
Yep.
what if our fly pack and that package only had 3 or 4 cameras? And so we have to talk about that because we've got limited options.
Right.
So we're not going to carry the.
You don't want to bring 20 Vericams and
I don't want to load that in every day. So
yeah,
no.
I don't either. Definitely not. No, I think that's awesome because the whole point of this is for everybody at all different sizes of churches to know that it's actually not about the gear. It's
Right.
about becoming the best engineer, the best director. It's more about the person behind the gear than it is the gear itself. So
Yeah.
no
Right,
reason.
I love that. Let's just bring a few cameras out and let's talk about the worship set. Let's figure out where the best place to put these are. Which ones should be tripods, which ones should be handhelds, and just make the plot best for that place that we're at. I think it'll be awesome.
Will be awesome. Okay, most importantly, do you play golf?
Oh,
I love to play golf.
Listen.
Don't play enough, but
So-
yeah, play golf.
Rusty and I actually have played golf on tour together.
Okay.
And one of my best memories was we were at the University of Florida golf course.
Yeah.
And
I hate
Go
the
Dogs.
Gators. I hate the Gators.
Go.
I know
Dogs.
you can't listen. Go Dogs, go Vols, whatever.
You said it.
No, I didn't,
Ooh.
but I knew you were thinking it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we were in the swamp, ready to play golf, and Rusty shows up in his UGA
Had to. You
golf
have to
uniform.
represent
You have to.
hat,
enemy
shoes,
territory.
Yeah, hat, shoes, shirt, the whole thing. So we walk up, and the starter's like, "Huh." Rusty's like, "Go Dogs, let's tee off." And we had a
Jeff,
great time.
I just remembered. Was that the Uber ride that we almost died on?
Yes,
Where the guy
guy shows up
in a
an
pickup
Uber.
truck.
Yep, this beat up '70s era pickup truck. Like Uber should not let this guy be an Uber.
No.
Well, you're in Gainesville.
That's
I don't-
true.
remind
Gainesville,
you.
Yes.
Florida.
That was the only time I've ever gone in reverse on an interstate.
He missed the exit.
This is like a Florida headline. Florida man
Oh,
drives
absolutely.
backwards on
Florida man.
interstate.
With our golf clubs in the bed of his truck. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. And so we're looking at
Wild.
each other going, this is not good. But we made it.
I just realized something.
Yep.
So the tour's in the fall, late September, early October. That's
Oh.
college football season, and we have
MxU game day.
Saturdays off because
Dude.
there's no events.
See, this is the right people planning a tour.
This
when
is
Saturdays
getting
are
better
off in
and
the fall.
better every minute.
Yeah, so I think we should go to college football games on our off days. Like find the local university and go to a game every Saturday.
I'm in.
That'd be awesome.
So
Yeah.
we're in like the off days are like they're not great universities. Now that I think about it, it's like Amarillo, Tucson, Lincoln, Nebraska, Omaha. There's one.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Big Ten, shout out. Let's go. Go Blue.
I don't know.
Are they going? Are they going these days?
Well, the basketball team is going.
Yeah, the basketball.
Basketball
He was
team.
watching basketball on his phone yesterday in my truck. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, that's all you got now is basketball.
But hey,
That's right.
they're going to be a top seed in one of the regions for the Final Four. So
They will.
love it.
All right. We'll do
Awesome.
way more of that later. Rusty, thank you so much for wanting to be a part of this. And I'm stoked to see you kick Jeff's butt in golf.
Never happened, but excited to be there.
I know.
guys.
He's so freaking good. It's ridiculous.
We're going to have a
It's
blast. I
frustrating.
cannot wait.
All right. We'll see you later, man.
Thanks, Rusty.
See you guys.
Well, I think Rusty is going to be
What a jerk.
Seriously, I'm kidding. He is so.
he's going to
So
be the
kind.
perfect ad.
We have a
He's-
coffee love. Like we're always exchanging coffee beans.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
You live in the same town.
yeah. All the good people are in Atlanta.
You guys have this like cult thing out there. Are you all living on this weird ranch? And
No, I'm just. You want to put it to the test? Fight us.
It's not weird.
Put your Roseville against our Atlanta. Let's see how it goes.
what's that weird cult that was in Oregon?
Or, what about the one in Waco?
What about Waco? Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really
She
weird.
gone.
Branch Davidians. She
Branch
gone. She
Davidians.
got blowed up.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible, Jeff. Don't talk like that.
Yeah.
And there was so many civil liberties violated in that. The feds on private property. You don't need to go on all that stuff, bro.
Conspiracy
Yeah,
theories and all kinds of
they
stuff.
weren't doing nothing.
Well, that's debatable.
Right. Anyways, we digressed again.
So Rusty Anderson.
Yes.
That guy is a peach.
Well, how convenient. He's from Georgia.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. That
No,
was
but
good.
I'm so
Rusty
excited.
Anderson for president. There, I said it.
Hey, so I have an idea. We haven't talked about this at all. You tell me what you think.
Okay.
No.
For the tour.
Okay.
Nope.
Something that we should
Not gonna
do during the event, maybe on the day twos.
All
maybe,
right.
Maybe all of them. What if we do Turn Down for MxU live?
Okay.
Like we do some of them live.
Oh, yeah, I think that's great.
Well, I think we should practice that by doing one now.
Okay. We
Was-
have a few.
It's one of our favorite, like most requested segments of our regular episodes.
That's true.
People
They're-
love hearing about the turn down comments that we get.
Now that people are back in church, they're pissed again at how loud it is.
Bro.
Okay,
Sorry.
so my favorite one that just came in recently was, well, I need to find it.
Okay.
Because it was from a woman who complained, made a specific complaint
I've got to get better
the
at
audio
smart
guy.
because I think smart's lying to me when I'm finally feeling it and it feels good. And I look over at that thing. That thing's telling me I'm too loud.
It says 114, and you're like,
No, that's ridiculous. It's like 111. I'm just kidding. But it does say it's too loud.
you got it?
I don't think so, but I found another one that I really love. So we'll do two because they're both quick. One was I was just so surprised when I tuned in to see the worship team, because this is somebody who watched the online broadcast of the church. I was so surprised when I tuned in to see the worship team. They look like they're from the streets of Tucson.
What does that even mean?
Please respect the king and take pride in the way you look in church.
Oh, I agree.
Isn't Adam Taylor from Tucson?
I don't know, but what an insult to the good people of Tucson.
Well, also, they're probably wearing ripped jeans,
Right.
which I see you've got some phrase.
Yeah, look at this. I like these
Jeff, I
jeans.
see what you're doing.
I know it's kind of a burn on the whole city at that point.
Are
which
you
is weird.
avoiding us talking about your jeans right now?
No, I like my jeans.
Okay.
You
That's
don't
what
like
we're
my
saying.
jeans?
This is
Yeah.
what happens when you do a video podcast.
You got cool jeans on.
Hey, I'm just trying to bring a little something.
It worked.
Bring the old man to the table. This is kind of what you might get.
Hey, seriously though, some worship teams look homeless.
It's true.
I got one
Okay,
turned down.
let's hear it.
This is a comment card sent to a church.
Okay.
And here's all it says, quote, "You have got to do something about the sound in there. Now
Agreed.
they are even putting microphones on the drums."
How dare they?
Making those loud drums even louder.
Yeah. And for context, 750 seat room, L Acoustics PA.
And there have been mics on the drums forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that lady should probably read the scripture about clashing cymbals and all
Yeah,
that stuff. It's somewhere in there.
Somebody should throw a cymbal at her face is what they should do.
Okay, see, your aggression is not needed. This sweet lady probably gives a ton of money to the church.
They all do. If she didn't, she wouldn't complain.
And so if she doesn't want a damn kick drum mic, she doesn't need one. Okay? She get a plaque right at that kick that says honorary kick drum given by Susie Thomas.
That's true. So Susie Thomas, if you're listening, we hear you. We feel your pain.
If you're a big giver, your name wouldn't be Susie. It would be like Geraldine.
Okay, you're stereotyping. It could be Jamin Kumar Dilip Kumar Desai, which is my full legal name. Oh, hey Corey, look who it is.
Speaking of full
Corey.
legal names,
Oh, hey.
speaking of beautiful people, I'm looking at my screen right now and I see Corey Edwards. So
I just got debunked to the second best skin in the room.
I did just come from the beach. So
Okay, can
I'm
you tell us
freshly
your
tanned.
skin routine? Do you-
yeah, I need your moisturizer routine.
I'm serious.
No, yeah.
oh, water, sun, lotion.
Youthfulness.
Yeah.
Hey, what mic are you using? Because it looks like a coffee maker from here.
The Scarlet. It's one I had laying around.
Yeah, we all wish we had just random great mics laying around.
Yeah, he's like, it's a Manly Gold reference. It was out in the garage.
Yeah. So
Elevation wasn't using it, so I just borrowed it for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
So our next
Oh, I
announcement is that
Cor-
one of our participants. Well, I guess we need to ask him first because we're just assuming he's going to want to do what we're talking about.
We're doing that weird thing when pastors ask other pastors to come to their conference, but it's already set up ahead of time.
Well, that's true.
We already know. Corey, you're coming on the road with us.
I am. I'm so pumped.
I know. When's the last time you were on a tour bus?
He probably owns one.
November 2019
Awesome.
was the last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
the
we've
next time will
decided.
probably be this one.
Yeah, we've decided that basically, since artists aren't going on tour, we're just going to take the crew on tour.
I love it.
Except that we're
we
taking
need it.
all of our friends and our grills and our golf clubs.
And our guns.
I've got my golf clubs ready to go.
Can
Oh,
you
He's already
promise?
packed.
Can you promise me to beat Jeff?
No, but I'll try.
Jeff is the best golfer of anyone I know.
Well, he's got
I've-
years on a few.
I've
of
not
us.
played with Jeff, but I'm not taking chances by making that promise.
Well, I've got more rounds under my belt for sure.
That's true.
I don't play console.
Jay's got a lot of rounds in his backpack.
Yeah, I've got a lot. I was like, I can't. I got a lot of rounds under my belt too. They're in my pants and under my belt. And it's really 9+1, but we won't talk about that.
Because we're in California, and that's the most you can have.
Well, I actually flew here and didn't bring any weapons with me. So thank you for letting me borrow one when I got here, Lee.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Hey, Corey, what bunk do you sleep in?
The what?
What bunk do you sleep in?
On the tour bus.
On the bus. Remember the bus?
Driver, middle, front, always.
No, sir.
See,
No,
well, here's what's
always.
hilarious.
Not this
You will
tour.
not be sleeping in that. That's my bunk. Which you are welcome to come in there. But you will not be sleeping, and you will not be staying.
This is how you know that the
I
crew
don't
we
know.
have assembled are great at what they do, because the driver middle front bunk is for the most skilled crew person on the bus.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like the tour manager, production manager, front of house. Like that's the one everyone
Or
wants.
whoever's got more ammo, which in this case will be me. But seriously, stop by sometime, but you can't.
I don't
stay
know.
there.
I might be able to. Well, it'll be weird to see you in there every night, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so
head to toe, yin yang.
you're bringing some elevation worship tracks, but you're going to mix on a console that I'm really excited about, and I know you are. What is that going to be?
So, I first want to apologize to Kyle. Don't take this personally, but for this, I'm going to be mixing on an S6L,
Yes.
which I
that's
think will
awesome.
be super fun.
Well, because if you were on an SD whatever, that would be like 7 of those consoles
Well,
at
yeah,
the
that's,
event.
I don't think Kyle's going to take offense because Digico is 100% represented fully on this MxU tour. So
Yeah.
we're
Well,
we always try to stay fairly brand agnostic and represent as many as we can. So this is great because we're going to have 4 really great console brands represented at every day. Of
At
the tour.
least 4,
At
yeah.
least 4, yeah.
Yeah.
and
That's
I'm
awesome.
excited about this. Will be the first time I've used Venue 7, which is apparently there's lots of new great features.
Yeah, the new software
And-
update.
How many
Yeah.
USB ports does it have?
I think 2 is my guess.
It probably still doesn't charge your phone. Why don't consoles charge your phones?
I think somewhere
thought
along
they
the way,
did.
one brick to console, and that
Probably.
is like a universal.
Maybe some of them do. I'm going to get hate mail because somebody will be like, oh, this one does. You forgot this. You're not good.
Does the Behringer Wing, your new console, do it?
I don't know. There's one over here, and that's what all these mics are plugged into right now is a Behringer Wing.
Man,
Wow.
save money, churches. Just buy a wing.
Probably only time an Earthworks mic has been anywhere near anything Behringer ever.
Yeah, probably so.
Okay, so you're going to be mixing in front of myself, Jeff, Chris Raybold. What are you most excited about to get better at? What part of your mix needs the most improvement?
Attitude
I
is not
have-
a good answer.
I'm pretty pumped to hear. I feel like I always chase the rabbit hole of reverbs and effects, and I think that I'm good at them. And then I hear other people's, and then I realize I have a lot to work on. And I would be sitting in front of what I would consider reverb and effect masters. So
Welcome
I'm excited
to
to
the reason we're so excited about MxU for the last 5 years.
Yes.
Because Lee and I
Yeah.
would sit in front of Andrew's mix and go, man, I thought I knew something about reverb.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, Stone, well, okay, back to the woodshed.
I know, totally.
What's your go-to reverb now for vocals? Let's just pick vocals.
This is weird. I've been going back to Rverb a lot. And then I often am using the Digico built-in verbs now for like
Huh.
drums and vocals,
Cool.
which I at one point was so against using. I was like, they're the worst reverbs I've ever used. And now I'm like, oh, I kind of like them.
Well, they won't work with your S6L. So there you go.
It's true.
True. But I got Dverb, and
There you
Dverb's
go.
old trusty.
That's
Dude,
right.
Diverb's great.
Awesome. Wasn't pretty to look at.
It's uglier in sin.
But it works.
It does awesome.
And Revibe is
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to have again. That's a good one.
I was thinking about bringing out some analog reverb for this.
Really?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe
Bring the old plates.
something. Mhm.
Yeah, we'll carry a plate right next to the Traeger on the trailer.
Yeah, we'll leave
That
it
ought
in
to
the
be good.
trailer.
Reverb smells like barbecue.
Ooh. Maybe we could turn the trailer into a plate reverb.
That's a good idea.
Build some metal plates in the center where the Traeger will go, like while it's going down the road, pull out the Traeger and then seal the door, and you've got your plate reverb.
Sorry, guys. Nerd alert.
So we've been telling everybody else this, but you're a food guy too. So Traeger and Big Green Egg will be represented.
Awesome.
And
Bring your meat.
Corey does something pretty cool that we should try. He does the caveman and puts the steak directly on the charcoal on the Weber.
Like on it, physically touching.
Yeah, it's an Alton Brown recipe I found, and you cook skirt steak on the charcoal for like a minute and a half, and then let it rest for 15. And
Oh,
it's
weird.
the best
Alton
steak
Brown.
I've ever had.
Another
Atlanta.
Atlanta guy. Yeah.
Weird.
Wow.
Alpharetta, in
Where,
fact.
where does he live in the compound?
He's on the Alpharetta
He's
side.
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He's also into watches, which I love.
I love watches.
And me too.
That's awesome.
Corey, I look forward to tasting the charcoal on your steak.
It's good. You got to embrace the ash a little bit, but it's delicious.
Okay, well, that I can do.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, we're going to have you back on the podcast as we get closer, and we'll do a lot of like pre-info about your tracks and stuff you're prepping for and SXL glory.
Yeah. We're so excited.
Can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Awesome, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
Thanks, Corey.
Bye.
Do you guys think if I waxed my whole body, my skin would look like his?
No,
'Cause he doesn't have an ounce of hair on him.
that's true.
And I've got the opposite problem. So maybe my skin is like his underneath.
Well, you want to test it?
Yeah.
Right now?
No,
Okay.
definitely not on camera.
Okay. One day of the tour, on one of your communion stops,
I'll wax
That
MxU onto
should
my
be-
chest.
we'll have MxU waxed into Jay's chest hair.
Yeah, you know what? Whatever sells for the kids.
For the kids.
MX. You know, we got to put money into our mission trips and stuff. So
I couldn't be less uncomfortable right now.
Maybe at the after party, we auction off or like raffle the ability, like someone
you
can
guys are sick.
do the shaving.
That's gross.
Wow, that's
I'm not shaving my body for anything.
Did we talk about the after parties? I'm
Whatever, yeah.
stoked about that.
No, we just talked about the off day communion stations.
well. Every
Every city.
there will be an after party,
Yes.
7 to 9 p.m.
Yep.
After the event's over, you have an opportunity to come and hang out for a little extra time and have some food and drinks and
Yep.
fellowship. And
I've only been to one MxU event, and that was one of my favorite things about
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah.
Was
So
the
you
time.
buy that in addition to your ticket. When you go to check out, you'll see after party on there.
Yep.
And that ticket gets you into the party and pays for food and drinks for you too.
That's awesome.
you got to eat. Might as well eat with
Yeah,
us.
let the fellowship happen.
Yeah.
Totally. But that's limited. It's only like
Oh, let me ask this.
30 people.
So, you guys probably won't know this because this is why there's a team. But if I buy the ticket, it's on my credit card. Does it show up at like MxU.com? What does the after party show up at? So if I'm trying to turn it into senior pastor, I don't need senior pastor seeing MxU after party with Dadu because that's automatically going to be a red flag, you know? So
It'll say learningresources.ru.
or it could say like specialized pastor Mike course or something. Can we get that?
Oh,
So
that's good. Yeah.
Oh, that's good too.
we're just trying to help the people back at home get
Ed-
their reimbursements right.
Advanced headset mic technique.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
What if we just like say it's planningcenter.com?
Oh, yeah.
So like no questions.
No questions.
Yeah.
Ministry time.
Yeah.
Healing session. Yeah, we can name it whatever. You tell us what you want us to call it. Whatever helps you guys, we'll call it that.
I actually don't think we can do that.
Oh,
Healing session, really? Well, for
It's
some people,
Atlanta.
honestly,
don't
for a lot of people though, this is actually-
monitor guys need to be healed.
no, but this is true. For many people who've experienced the after parties that we've done, it actually is a healing session because of the community and the chance to connect and
That
you
was a
know,
good pivot.
not just commiserate, but like share each other's stories and
Yeah.
just talk about what it's like to be a production director or a tech in a church. I think it's a great.
I would say this, that if you're a pastor or whoever, you need to ask for permission or whatever, doesn't understand why you need to go, have them call me.
There you go.
I honestly would love to have a convo.
What's your phone number?
770?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I definitely wasn't going to do it. I was going to go 5. What's that old song?
867-5309.
Yeah, whatever.
867-5309. Yeah.
I was just going to put, you know, Jeff's phone number out there, but I don't have
Yeah.
his.
404.
But seriously,
Don't
hit me
do
up
it.
on Facebook. I'm happy to talk to your pastor.
Atlanta area code's 404, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, the real
44
one.
and 770. Those are the two.
No,
Yeah.
the real one's 404.
The old one is.
It should be 666 is what it should be.
Okay.
So
Hey,
when Atlanta
I'll-
added its third area code, it was 678, and I wanted my phone number. Like I called to see if I could get my phone number changed to 678 910 11 12, and it was taken.
Someone has that?
Yes.
Let's call and ask them what they.
Well, it's been a long time. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
old.
And now we have like 2 more area codes.
Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
wild. Because we're the biggest, best city in the world.
That cult is growing more than the Mormons are. I mean, that.
Nah, bro.
No.
Nah, we're still a single wife household type scenario.
And essential oils are optional.
That's true.
So, what other interviews did you guys do without me today?
Well, the headliner.
I thought I was the headliner.
You are the
Hey,
headliner.
so let's talk about this before we get to that. Are you guys calling me the master of ceremonies at these things?
We need
Like
to
what-
determine your title.
Well, I do like to stand on a rug, so we'll need to put that. But I don't want it smelling like barbecue.
That's
What kind of
true.
rug? Persian rug?
Yeah, I've got a couple of different kinds. I'm Indian, so I'd prefer an Indian one. But we're all family here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So nice rugs are Persian.
That's not true.
I feel like why are we talking about rugs?
I don't know. What kind of magazines are you reading? I mean, Persian rugs are really nice, but
Why are they so? They're really ugly and they're very expensive.
they're not okay. Moving on.
So seriously though, what's your rider going to look like?
Communion and barbecue and local ammo. I like to curate local ammo, and I just want to talk to the brethren. You know,
I understand.
I'm here for the people.
All right,
so
so
I honestly do love talking to people
Yeah.
at these
Yeah.
events.
So in terms of your title though, how do we need to promote you as we sort of develop the
It's
ticket
Master of
website?
Ceremonies.
Master
It's
of
not even a
Ceremonies.
question.
Okay, not host, not
I feel like that's
Poobah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Master of
yeah.
Ceremonies I think is a perfect title.
Yeah. Does everyone agree? Okay, guys, you're not. Excuse me, Master of Ceremonies. Everyone, yeah, okay.
Got
And
the
not
thumbs up.
Not
Yeah.
MC.
No.
No. Master of Ceremonies.
Master of Ceremonies.
Yeah.
It's like roast.
Yeah, I'll send you a pic you can use for the PR, for the publicity and all that.
Okay.
And then
That's
like
perfect.
In a green
I cannot wait
green
to see the pic.
in a green velvet tux or something. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right. We got one more guest.
Yes, we're excited because on every one of these cities and every day,
God, guess where he lives, guys? Guess what great state he lives in?
Georgia.
Amen.
yeah,
Not Atlanta.
Okay.
Well,
He's not in the cult yet.
I think he'll probably kick your ass,
he's in Athens.
which is
which
a
is
great
a great town.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Honorable, the
Chris-
Right Reverend Bishop Chris
Chris
Rabel.
Rabel. So we've said his name a couple times already, but this guy's mixed for just turn on pop radio.
What was his first band out of Athens?
Widespread.
Widespread.
It's
Panic.
Widespread. Yeah, I can remember. He's too young for B-52s.
Right.
What was the other one? Derek Trucks. Were they out of there?
Yeah. And
Oh wow.
REM, of course.
REM. Yeah, automatic for the.
I didn't
people.
know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
automatic.
Wow.
For the people.
That's right. Weaver D's. Great
Man.
food.
I mean, Atlanta's got like really great, prolific, amazing music artists that have influenced the world, like Ludacris and 2 Chainz.
Outcast.
Outcast.
See, now Outkast is amazing. I was making a joke. Ludacris is terrible.
The people at home, they're texting. Hold on. Yeah, they're saying you're not funny. Okay, so this part of California, what came out of here?
Deftones.
Lincoln Brewster.
Yeah.
Huh.
Cake.
I feel like I'm watching a tennis match right now, and I'm just watching the volleys go back.
I'm
and
not from
forth.
here.
Oh,
Wait
it's
a
okay.
second.
The Grammy Museum is moving to Atlanta. They're
I'm not.
building it in
I'm not
Atlanta,
even
so-
from here.
Yeah, it's okay.
Why are we even having this conversation? Let's hear
Do you-
from Chris Rabel.
Hold on. I'm not done.
Oh well,
Oh yes.
Knoxville,
The sassy
Tennessee.
face.
Knoxville, Tennessee. Let's talk about music out of Knoxville.
Okay.
Dolly Parton.
Huge.
Yeah. Enough said.
Huge.
Can we stop there?
Yeah, we can stop there.
I don't have to mention
Huge.
Let me
Kenny,
just say,
Kenny Chesney.
But everyone that I know who has ever worked with Dolly,
Yeah.
has said to a person that it was the most gracious, honoring, best experience ever. Like she is the best.
Yeah.
And it just shows in the way she talks and her music and the way she communicates a song. It's just like Nobody's better than Dolly.
How do we mix for her?
It's a great question.
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. All right, ready? Let's kick it to Chris.
Chris Raybold, it is so good to see you, man. How you doing?
I'm good. What's going on, fellas?
Dude, we're going on tour. How crazy is this?
I know.
It's funny.
It's also incredibly fitting.
When we first mentioned it to you the other day, it was like, okay, musicians may not be going on tour, but front of house guys are going to. So
it's amazing. And I think when the question came my way, I was like running about town, and it was literally just like, it wasn't even wow. It was like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, sure, I'm in. Let's do it. you know, like, it's now that I've had a few days to think about it, I'm like, oh wow, this is so cool. But it seems so fitting for the way things have gone. Well, of course we're going on tour.
It's also fitting that our big announcement is happening virtually, and that we're all just kind of connecting via sort of the technology that we've all been saddled with really in the last year. But it's a great way to kind of just see each other and celebrate with each other and announce this kind of in person, so to speak. So
yeah, if anything, the awkward thing is going to be us all being there together because you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking about this. Like, is this the first time ever that there's going to be at some points 4 front of house guys on the same tour bus?
Probably. Well, yeah, it's I don't know, but it's great. Whatever it is, it's great. And I welcome it, and I can't wait.
That's awesome. Great. Well, thank you for wanting to be a part. When we were going, like, we changed things up a lot. We're like, man, it'd be awesome to have Chris out there. So you'll be out with your Digico SD7.
Yes.
And we're going back and forth, maybe some outboard gear, maybe not. We'll see. That could be fun.
Yeah, I think I might do it. I want to do it just for demonstration's sake.
Yeah.
It just depends. We've got time. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Whatever works for us. I literally just got off the phone with the artist whose stuff I want to use for it as I was racing home to jump on with you guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool. Well, we'll maybe at some point when we get closer to the time, we'll be able to reveal who that is and kind of get people exposed to some of that music in advance. And it'd be cool to kind of have a reference if people don't know their music, to be able to kind of get a preview. That'd be cool.
Definitely.
So you've done some videos with us. You've been I think your 3rd podcast with us now, but getting in a room with your console and like, showing the world your tracks, like, how's that sit with you? Like, the whole point of what we do is like, we all can try and get better. And now it's going to be like, all right, it's game time.
Oh no, there's to be quite honest with you, the notion of the whole thing, I would be lying if I said I didn't have nervousness about it, because it's different, and it's going to be different venue types than how I've thought about it, and I'm thinking about it, and there's
dude, I didn't even think of that. So like, when's the last time you mixed on a PA that you could hold with your hands?
Well, there's that. Now, mind you, you guys both know I've talked about the church here that I've worked with. And that's like a fairly large size church. Now, don't get me wrong. I did around Christmas time, I did a little speakers on stick thing. And so it's fine, but it's just, I
mean, it'll be a big D&B line array, but it's not going to be in a 17,000 seat basketball arena.
Right. We don't have 2 system techs whose only job is to hang the PA.
Right.
Right. Now, the good thing is that we are all in that boat together.
That's true.
So everything should translate at least fairly between us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a golf tournament. Like if the course is in bad shape, well, at least everybody has to play the same way the same day. So
it 100%. Yeah. I've thought about it, and and it's funny, the mix I'm thinking of bringing has actually never been through a PA. It's a COVID era live stream that I did, but it'll prove to my point of the whole, like, hey, look, your mix should translate from this medium to this medium to this medium. So yeah, there is a lot of put up or shut up.
That's awesome.
Involved in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So something I'm excited specifically for you to be there is to help me with some drums. So
I don't think you need help with drums,
no,
bro.
no, hold on. I am very flattered by that, first of all. But second, I think I'm bringing new tracks this year too, something I've never brought, and it's from a band that people haven't heard me mix. And I'm not going to say who it is yet. Maybe we'll use that as some more hype and tell all that stuff later. But I'll say this, the drummer, you would find this type of drummer, his style, the way his kit sounds with bands that you mix, like Bruno's drummer is more pop, gospel. It's that style, which I haven't done a ton of, but I love it. It's probably my favorite.
Yeah. In terms of style, it's so exciting and just fun. It's not our typical sort of
rock worship
kind of thing. So it's going to be exciting.
I'll tell you what I really like is I am such a sucker for what I have learned is the modern worship drum sound. Like that snare sound of
well, I can help
music.
you with that.
Yeah. Well, I love it because that's my jam. Like that sound.
Yeah.
I love. I don't want to say it's easy, but it lends itself to sound great.
Yes.
From the jump. I love that deep, big sound that again I've only learned in the last year is kind of like the worship snare sound.
Yeah.
It's those tight, cracky ones that even though you would think that would be easy, oftentimes it isn't.
No,
it's
it
not
isn't.
because it doesn't have that bottom end, and that's why.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
What's going to be interesting to me about the MxU Live dates is that like this small conversation right now among the three of us is so interesting and exciting to me that I think we're going to run out of day because we're going to have so many great conversations and so many cool things to talk about that it's like, we might need to like go later in the evening just to be able to get through all of what we want to talk about.
Yes.
So it's going to be fun. I'm so excited.
Well, and the thing about this one too, usually we do an event in January and then another one 3 or 4 months later. Well, now it's
3 days later
or 1 day later.
Yeah.
So like we're going to be 11 different events over 8 cities. It'll be really interesting to see the conversations and what happens by the end of it.
That's true. And then, now in thinking about that too, we're going to be inherently wanting to kind of flip the script around a little.
We totally will.
Just to keep us engaged. And you know what I mean?
Yep. I could see us like coming up with games by the end of it. Like,
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Tour pranks.
Let's put each other's names in a jar and draw a name, and you have to run to that console and throw a mix together quickly.
Oh man.
Like
what are you guys? Speaking of, are you doing LV1, Jeff?
I'm doing LV1, and then Lee will have the Ravage Yamaha.
That's an amazing arsenal right there.
And then when we have a fourth mixer, there's a few days where we're going to have that, and it'll be.
Well, we'll have Adam there at a lot of them.
Oh yeah, Adam will be there, and we'll have another Digico for his.
He'll have a 338, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
And then Corey Edwards will be on an S6L.
Oh, see, that's what I want to see. That's the desk that I have 0 hours on that I need to know.
Yeah, and he's an Elevation Worships guy, so he'll have that quintessential rock worship stuff we're talking about.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
And then it's DMB PA, so
that's awesome.
You can't really mess that up.
No, all of that sounds pretty great.
Yeah.
You know what can mess that up? The room. So we'll see what
That's
happens.
true. Very, very true. And I know what all these rooms are, and some of them are going to be great, and then some of them are going to be turn your reverb off today, guys. And people will get to see us like mix in a scenario that's maybe not ideal, which I think will be cool too.
Yeah.
Right. That's of immense value. I agree. That's really cool.
Speaking of the sort of progressive nature of the day by day approach, what we're going to have to do is figure out how to keep it fresh so that we're not just getting better and better every day.
Why is that bad?
Well, because I don't want everybody to wait till the last day to buy their ticket, thinking that they're going to get the best mix at the end. It's like we got to have, we got to have a way to mix it up a little bit. So it's like, okay, you're not allowed to save, or you have to start tomorrow from a couple steps back or whatever.
Right. Well, one of the things that I love and admire that you guys do is, and it's I know this now, having done a few things from you, we really do shoot from the hip.
Yes.
Like, and that's what makes it, again, I don't want to say easy, but it's the scripted stuff that becomes difficult.
Right.
And I know we're not going to we'll be like, oh, that was such a good line, but I don't feel sincere when I'm repeating lines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel better when I'm just just shooting straight.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
totally.
great.
So,
Yeah, I think when when we do these events and there's just one, we kind of knew like about every hour and a half, we kind of move and throw the football around a little. So this one will be really interesting to go like how we're gonna keep all that going. But we all love to talk and mix, so
yeah, it's going to be interesting. But we can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
And is there I'm assuming, is there like a Q&A?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Component? That's what I'm looking forward to most.
Yep.
Is not just the spontaneity in the improv of our own conversations, but when something gets thrown our way or my way, thinking of myself, I'm really interested. I'm like, oh wow, how's that going to go? That sounds exciting to me.
Typically what we do is like about every hour and a half, when it feels like we're about to transition, one of us will just turn around to the crowd and go, does anyone have any questions about anything they just heard?
Okay.
And you'll get a guy go like, hey, can you solo up that snare verb so we can hear that? And what made you pick that? And then, so there'll be tons of stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. That to me sounds cool. That sounds great.
And then
sounds great.
3 of these cities, we're doing multi-day events. So the second day is what we're calling Teams Live. So that's for the audio, video, lighting, everybody to come be a part of that. And there'll be a live band element. And you're going to be behind the console. So everybody's also going to get to hear you mix a live band in that room on day 2. So I'm really excited to see what you do with that.
Woo! Talk about exposed.
Right?
It's the ultimate.
It'll be like, okay, walking up to a festival stage and going, here's the band. You got 20 minutes to sound check. Here we go. And just, tips on how to throw a mix together and what you're listening for and how their communication back and forth with you and the music director and the video and lighting guys, like how it all comes together. So teams will have a chance to really get an inside look into best practices and be able to ask questions about that too, which is going to be awesome.
Ooh, that sounds intimidating, but also really cool.
I think we figured out a way to make it a bit easier. So I think we're going to travel with our own backline and mic package so that at least that's the same. And we just throw a band into it. So it's not like,
sure,
whose terrible snare drum is this?
Right.
Yeah. So that should be fun.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, man. I'm all for it. I'm up.
Okay. So most important question that Jeff wanted to know was, do you play golf?
You know what? I do not.
Okay.
Oh man. Well,
I should.
We're going to have to find another off day activity you're going to spend our off days taking up golf.
I was going to say, or I'm your new caddy, or I'm your new something, designated driver. I'm something on that day. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm in.
All right, man. Well, thanks for jumping in here today with us.
All right.
I'm sure you'll be back on over the next few months, but cannot wait for the fall, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, guys. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, Chris. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I'll talk to y'all later.
See ya.
All right. See you guys.
Well, this is going to be so awesome. I cannot wait. We need to
I really like that guy.
Oh, he's awesome. We need to give a quick recap rundown of the cities. So in order, we've got
Anaheim, Dallas, Denver, Chicago, Tulsa, Atlanta, Charlotte, Nashville.
I love how Atlanta gets the sort of pause.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted people to gasp, but
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they're going to Atlanta.
So tickets are available right after this is finished.
Yeah.
And you can find them at mxu.rocks/live.
Yep.
And we're going to do a bunch of giveaways over time.
Tons. We're going to give away stadium-sized PAs. We're going to give away all of Daniel's personal rental inventory for his lighting.
A bundle of CDs of all the famous people from this part of California. So you'll get 3 CDs.
You want all my Deftones records?
Yes. But seriously, we should do a ton of giveaways between now and then.
Papa Roach. They're from here.
Yeah. Okay. Whitney Houston. We win.
Dolly still wins. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Clean.
It's great.
I'm excited about the tour.
Okay, so I want to talk about the tickets for a second
Yeah.
because we have a couple of different ticket options.
We do.
So if you buy an early bird ticket, you can buy an early bird ticket that's just general admission to the event.
Yep.
Or you can buy a VIP version of that.
Yep. What
So
does
what does that get you?
It gets you a hat. And it gets you.
It's not just a hat.
No,
It
limited
is
edition
a
tour hat.
limited edition hat that's just for the tour.
And it gets you in the door early so that you can pick a seat.
Right.
And why that's important is because there's seats in the middle of the room and there's seats that aren't.
And you got to think about my throwing arm for giveaways.
That's true.
It's true.
So you want to be close proximity so that you can get. You know what we're not going to do is give away cheap T-shirts from manufacturers.
Right.
That's silly.
We're going to give away really good stuff that's useful.
I agree.
And I think one of the other things we're going to do, we've talked about this before, we want to come up with the like MxU Pelican Essentials.
Yes.
Yes.
So
I've
maybe,
been refining mine.
Yes, you've been refining it. And so we're going to give away that kind of stuff.
Let's give away a Pelican at the team's events.
Or it could be
filled with those things.
It could be an SKB.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
It could be a Yeti. They don't have wheels.
Yeah.
How long do you think Yeti will take before they put wheels on that loadout box that they have? That's a Pelican.
I have the Yeti with cooler with wheels.
I have that one.
I love that thing.
Yeah.
They need wheels on and a handle on their work box.
Yeah. Smaller wheels and but we need to do that. So that's going to be some merch.
I wish we could get an in-ear manufacturer to do a giveaway of some free molds.
We can do that.
I bet we'll do that too. See, we've got time. This is great. We announce this now, and then we come up with all these great ideas. I'm sure people are going to respond and go, "Hey, what if you did this?"
Yeah,
it's great. We'll think about it.
What if someone should give away a hunting trip with Lee in New Zealand for red stag.
Are you the Lee we're talking about?
Yeah, so these guys.
Okay, well, somebody should also give away a golf trip to Scotland with Jeff.
Can I go to that, St. Andrews?
Okay.
You guys are so basic. My list is so long of things we should give away.
Well, we're going to mull that over the next few months. But thank you all for being a part of this today. I hope this was fun for you. I know hanging out with Jay is always fun. And so thanks for engaging with us. The audio from this podcast is also going to be available as a regular episode right after we're finished here as well. So if you have your podcast app set to automatically download our podcast, this will be episode 59. So
hasta la vista.
Thank you, boys.
See you next week.
See ya.